and Dragons, what you do is to create a fantasized universe of the mind in which expediency to achieve your goal is more important than any kind of moral frame of reference to your actions.
So we have a wizard now teaching the children of his magical studies.
That's kind of far out.
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?
This is the Heroes Era.
Welcome to the Heroes Era. I'm your Dungeon Master, Ben, and we are playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. This is session 8 of our third campaign together, and joining me, as always, I have Bodhi. Well, I can't say always because it's not every time, but Bodhi is Brutus.
The big, mean, long-limbed bugbear with a halberd trying to survive out here.
It's like you have that written down. Nice.
I don't.
Joel is No Knox.
The bard with a song for you to sing along.
And Jason as Kendel.
Yeah, I'm the wizard just keeping these guys alive.
And Chris is taking care of some of his own business tonight. We had some scheduling conflicts, but we wanted to make sure to get a game in this week. So we're going to run a game here. We'll see. It might not be as long as usual, but whenever I think that, it always ends up taking just as long or longer. So we'll have to see.
We have one less person, but it does go on an hour later. We don't know how this happens.
And tonight, we are telling a story, but we do not yet know how it will go. The players, the dungeon master, the dice, all of these will have a hand in how the game unfolds. This is the Heroes Era. And so before we get started, if you're watching, I greatly appreciate it. We all do. Please make sure to follow the channel and give our video a thumbs up. Our games are live on Twitch, typically on Monday nights at 6 Pacific, and you can be a part of the game using your channel points. So you tune in and you accrue your points, and then we have ways that you can contribute to the party. You can turn the tide of battle by granting your favorite player advantage or giving them some healing in a tight spot, which couldn't hurt actually with this party composition.
Recently, it would have been very helpful.
We typically play and release 3 sessions a month, so turn on your notifications to keep up on that. And if you would like to support the stream, the best way to do that right now is to subscribe to our Twitch channel at the Heroes Era. This is a nice way to just help cover some of our operating costs and is very much appreciated. Another great way to support the stream is to simply share our video to your favorite social media platform. Or just watch. That helps too. If you would like to join our community, we have a Discord channel, and it's a great way to meet friends who play D&D online, or to just chat about D&D and role-playing games with other nerds like us. And we'll also be running one-shot adventures at some point this year. Joining the Discord is the best way to get in on those games when they do happen. And there are some other DMs in our community who also run free games, so that's a good place to network. And I know Mitch just launched his campaign, and he's publishing his sessions on YouTube. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join in this time around. I just have a lot of stuff in the real world that I need to stay on top of right now, hoping I can, get back in on his game in the future. But he is setting his game in the world of Gromsmoth, the afterlife for
Supermax prison for devils.
Yeah, and evil types on Gira. So it is kind of like a companion piece to what we're doing here in a way. Mitch is a great dungeon master, and he has a really cool cast of players too. So I don't have his YouTube right now on hand. I didn't make a note of that, but I'll mention it next time as well. And if you do want to submit some artwork, I'm happy to feature that in our pregame and halftime slideshow. You can submit that to heroeseraguild@gmail.com, and I'll give you credit and shout out one of your social medias. And finally, our content does include descriptions of graphic violence, so please be advised of that. And now let the game begin. You guys remember what happened last time? We had a bit of a giant problem.
Yeah, we had a giant problem, yeah. I think some of our players have an exhaustion problem as a result of the giant problem.
I honestly thought it would be more of a problem, but you guys handled that very well. And yeah, so you guys are returning from the Feywild, where you made deals with different, Fey creatures, namely the Queen, the Fairy Queen, and the Queen of the Unseelie Court. And so, returning to ATK Station 6, you're hoping to meet up with Deathida again and continue escorting her to Riverside, as you had originally agreed upon. And then, not only that, you have returned with two of Deathida's cousins, two dwarves, who you were seeking them, and that's kind of how you guys ended up in the Feywild. And you ended up rescuing them, bartering for their lives, and have now returned to Station 6. And when you returned, you heard the sounds of battle or siege in the distance, snuck up, saw that there were giants hurling boulders at this army outpost, and you decided to sneak up on them and ended up taking them out. You killed two giants. One of them fled as he was hurling boulders, and you also dispatched a small contingent of goblins. Soldiers came to aid in the battle after they realized that you were out there fighting the giants on their behalf. And that's where we left off. This session went pretty long. It was a really long combat encounter.
It was pretty dicey. We also had two dwarves that we saved from the Feywild by request of their cousin, who hired us to escort her. And we gave them weapons to help us, and they didn't help, and they ran like cowards. So we're gonna go beat them up behind a dumpster when we find them next.
They almost friggin' killed Elias because they smashed the potion I gave them.
Dropped
They
it.
did not
I gave the guy a
impress.
healing potion.
As one
I
would.
yeeted Elias halfway across the battlefield, and then he smashed it.
Accidentally, in fairness.
I guess.
I'm
not bitter at all about that. To the dwarves, not you, Ben, to the dwarves.
Absolutely, as you should be. And so you're kind of in a forested area with large clearings surrounding this path leading to the outpost. And I think there are some things you guys want to do before actually continuing to the outpost, if I have that right.
Yeah, I wanted to do. Sorry, I don't want to speak for you guys. I wanted to get some of the giant's blood, or something else maybe that we might use it for in the future. I'm not sure what I might need to harvest that, and how much I can get, but I will absolutely get as much as I can. As much as is reasonable.
And so we're kind of just to fill in. This is kind of like we're working in a crafting mechanism, and so we're kind of basing it loosely off of what the dungeon dudes have recently put together. I think they have a really good concept for crafting items. So you're thinking the giant's blood, this is going to be part of potentially a recipe to craft something, I imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you all definitely have empty vials or water skins that were holding your healing potions, so you could use those as containers for that if you wish. And so how we're going to do the harvesting of items, as suggested by the dungeon dudes, and I recommend their recent video going into their reasoning behind how they designed these mechanics. It's really interesting. But basically, after combat, each player can harvest one ingredient from, whatever you guys have defeated. And it basically takes the amount of time to harvest that, during that time, the other ingredients spoil or can no longer be harvested, just as a mechanic to, so you can't, get a dozen ingredients after one encounter. Each player could harvest essentially one thing per combat is kind of how it breaks down. So Kendel has that in mind to harvest the blood of the giant and obtains that very well. And if you guys have anything else you wish to do out here on the field, you do have just a contingent of ATK soldiers approaching you as well.
Right.
Brutus sees Kendel just like going to collect blood from one of these corpses and is like, oh, we're taking trophies. Well, if that's the case, and he's gonna walk on over to one of the heads of the giants and like scoop some eyeballs out.
Cool.
Okay.
Giant's eyeballs, man. Send it off. And also, let's just check and see if they have anything else of value. If they have, I'm not sure if they would or.
This thing got a platinum piece in it.
The giants don't seem to have anything valuable with them. They seem to have come for this purpose of laying siege. They've got things like, maybe the corpse of a hare, dangling from their belt. Nasty giant stuff. Nothing really of note.
Okay.
Brutus finds like a handful of electrum pieces and like a pockets of one of the giants. Is like, I don't want this, and just scatters it into the woods. Useless.
The goblins that you defeated have a handful of coins on them as well. Nothing of great value. So
Okay.
We'll call it 15 gold pieces total from the various goblins.
I was really hoping for some giant gold coins.
The soldiers approach you, and one of them, appearing as their commander, steps out front. That was a bit of work you did there. Never killed a giant myself. Really impressive.
Brutus is leaning so heavily on his halberd. Just kind of like using it as a walking stick at this point. Walks up to the soldier. Look, we are so incredibly hurt and tired. I want to go to bed so badly. A third one got away, so they're not all dead.
I scared them good. I don't think he'll be coming back, at least not right now.
Hopefully not with friends either.
Let's get you to Simon's. Rest up, and when you're ready, I'll take care of the drinks all around.
Right. And I go in and take Elias's comatose body and I just throw it over my shoulder as I just start walking towards the outpost.
Elias just heaves a sigh.
He's quite comatose. He's shell-shocked. Don't worry about him. Pat.
And as you enter the outpost, you don't have to deal with the formalities of speaking with the guard as you're in the company of these soldiers. The leader introduces himself as Romero, and he leads you to Simon's Inn. And so at that point, you guys can rest if you like, or if there's something you'd like to do before taking rest, then this is the time for that.
I do have something I want to talk with the group about, but it might be better for once we're all in a better mental state. I can wait.
Okay.
I flop Elias onto a bed, and I look to the other two, and I say, "How do you guys feel about tracking down some dwarves? Because I got a bone to pick."
You mean the dwarves that smash my healing potion?
Yes, those very ones. I want to yell at them, hit them. I want to hurt them with their death of us friends.
We probably should see Death at us. She's the one that tasked us with finding those imbeciles, and we could get our money that she owes us at least.
Yeah.
I think she offered some sort of reward, did she not?
I think
There's a knock on your door as you guys are settling in. And
hello.
there are the two dwarves that aforementioned. Right.
Wow. That's some nerve you got.
Really sorry about what happened. I'd never seen a giant before, and yeah.
Did you wash your loincloth?
It's in the wash now.
Here, I'm just gonna, and he goes and takes the light crossbow and the dagger we gave him before and say, you're obviously not gonna use these, so I'm just gonna take them back.
No problem. I mean, from down here, the giants are so much taller. You have
You
to
owe my friend a
understand.
healing potion.
Yeah, you owe us a healing potion.
That's fair. Look, we're really sorry, and Deathiter left this for you with Simon. It's for you, for rescuing us. And he pulls out a gem, a large sapphire. Here. And kind of polishes it as he notices a smudge.
Brutus's
No.
long fingers just like wrap around it hag style as he like brings it into the door, and he hands it to Kendel and he says, Kendel, take this. Look at it or something, I don't know.
And this is
sure.
the
Yeah, no problem.
agreed upon bounty for rescuing the dwarves, a 250 gold piece sapphire.
Okay.
Well,
You mind if I'll hold on to that for now, guys, but let's...
we'll get that potion replaced and have it for you in the morning.
Well,
Right.
When you bring that back, we'll call ourselves even. How about that?
He visibly wipes the sweat from his brow. Really sorry again. I'm glad you all made it out of there.
Been a different story if we didn't.
And one begins to keep speaking, the other just nudges him. Let's go.
Get the hell out of here.
It's okay, guys. Yeah. They're not, they're just
Close the
obviously
door.
not set up for this line of work, that's all.
You know, guys, I've been writing a song about killing giants and halflings. I might add dwarves to that list.
Right. So you're just detailing your crimes?
Every great artist does.
I hope we don't get to a major city and you just start singing this song, because you might be arrested. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. You guys, do whatever you want. And Brutus just like curls up like a dog on a bed and just like lays down with his head on a pillow. And then his shadow pops out and it's just like leaning against the wall, just keeping watch. And he just goes to sleep.
So is this like one room with enough beds for all of us?
They did put you up in one room. It's on Ramiro. If you guys want other rooms,
Is there
You can
enough beds for all of us, or is it just the one bed?
One big bed?
There is one large bed.
Everyone come on in. In that case, Brutus will lay at the foot of the bed like a dog. It's kind of curled up there.
I guess I'll sleep at his feet.
Come on. Kendel, can you read us a midnight story?
I don't have any bedtime stories, but I could read you whatever I'm reading.
Okay,
It'll probably put you to sleep.
I'll take that.
Get in here, we made you a space.
Yeah, we made you a space.
In Dungeons and Dragons, what you do is to create.
I'm sorry, I somehow lost all of our videos on the stream. That's perfect.
It's okay. The audience is just role playing with us. They have their eyes closed.
Why would
Is there like a chair or something in the room, Ben? Like a rocking chair or?
Absolutely. Let me take us to
Yeah.
break here so I can fix this. I'm sorry. Let's see.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna run and find my phone so I can I can get into Twitch. I left it upstairs.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, right back.
All right, and we're back too, but Jason can run and do that as he needs to. Yeah, that was accidentally minimized the Zoom call, and then mayhem ensued. So,
Ben, is it kind of like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory bed, where like we're all just like single file?
Yeah, two of you with your heads on one end, the other two with your heads at the other end.
Just kind of pull her all the way up, you know. I'm too long, so my feet are out, and I'm like the blanket barely covers my body.
I don't know if Jason had anything to do before going to sleep, so.
Frankly, I thought we were all sleeping like diagonally on the bed.
I thought we were like 1-1-1, and then me at the end, at the feet.
I've shared air mattresses while camping. You just go, one guy has a head at one end, the other guy has a head at the other end. No worries. Sorry, Kendel, Jason, did you have anything you wish to...
You weren't drinking enough, Ben. You don't need. If you drink enough, you don't even need a bed.
Yeah, that happened too.
Dirt floor.
Did you have anything that you wanted to take care of before sleep takes you, Kendel?
I'm reading in my book to put them to sleep.
Okay, very good, very good. I would have the nighttime pass, and as it does, you guys all level up to level 4 now.
4, nice.
And when you come down to the inn, or the tavern part of the inn, you see Romero there, and he hails you. Magnificent, brave warriors, the giant slayers, I'm in your debt. And a group of soldiers just raises their drinks, and Romero orders a round for all of you.
Brutus sits down kind of awkwardly because these people didn't like him not a couple days ago when they first got here, and so he's like, this is a quick turnaround, and starts drinking his ale.
Aye, well, who know what would have become of us if you hadn't driven off those giants?
Do you know why they were here?
Yeah,
just raiding.
Seemed like they had a bit of a siege planned. The goblins were coming up to where we keep the horses. My guess is they are trying to make off with some of our animals, some of our beasts.
Any idea where they might have come from?
Oh, well, the giants kind of are roaming north of here, but it's a rarer thing to see them these days because there's rumors of war between the giants and elves. At least that's what we thought was keeping them busy. So we haven't seen too many lately.
This may sound like a stupid question. Do you know which elves? 'Cause we've actually come to know of multiple groups. Some nicer than others.
Is that right? Yeah, Gwynistry's loyalists, the Nix Dryadalis, they're giving the giants a what for. Absolutely.
Okay, that's not the group I was... I'm glad that's the group I was hoping you would say and not the other. Okay.
Oh, what's the other group you know of?
Now, what is the other group that we know?
Seriously?
I don't remember.
Oh, do we not? The group that we just met stole our boar.
Oh, well then.
You're talking about the fairy games, the great
Yes.
hunt that's going on. I see. Right.
Well, I mean, if you say the Gwynistry elves are fighting the giants as a good thing, wouldn't it be better if they were fighting the Fey folk? I mean, I don't like either of them, to be honest. So I guess I'm a bit biased here.
Well, The giants, they're here all the time. The Fey folk, they have their own land, their own home. And, but yeah, you know, there is competition between those two groups in the city. Hey, you know, sorry, go ahead.
Do the giants have a leader that you know of? Or are they just kind of like roaming packs that just want to kill?
They say that the Nom himself is building a crystal palace atop the upturned city.
Great.
But, you know, there's one below him they call Tanzajin, a storm giant. He does most of the military work on Anom's behalf.
I've got
But
a bit
yeah,
of it's being pushed back.
Yeah, they've been driven out of the city for the most part. I'm talking about Nimnai Allah, the ruined city. Now, I heard y'all are going to Riverside. Is that right?
That's the plan.
That was our original destination until we got
Before we got
sidetracked a little bit.
sidetracked twice.
Right. And after that, you'll be going to the Fallen City?
Yep, as in our contract.
Oh, contract with who?
Deathida. We've been, you know, I'm not beholden to my friends here to the same level of, you know, what's the word? Loyalty, I guess. I don't know. I was just doing it for the money, but they seem to like her, so you know it's all good.
Deathida, she went on ahead to Riverside. Commander Hawkins took her. Yeah, that's right. You know, you all
and her supplies and everything.
That's
Her
right.
organ?
Yeah, her organ. You know, she took care of burying her loved ones, and then, because Commander Hawkins came through, she decided to carry on. You know.
Probably a smarter move.
There were rumors that you all had, you know, been lost, and, well, no need to say what they thought happened to you, obviously. You're all alive and well. But we are ourselves here, me and my contingent will be going to Riverside. I'd be honored if you would join us.
I mean, I'm not opposed. It'd be nice to run with a squad again. Not a battalion per se, but a size lower.
The more the merrier, right?
Indeed.
When do you plan to ride out?
Well, we're gathering all the people. We got about a group of 20, and then our soldiers here. So, we're hoping to leave pretty soon, in the next couple of days.
All right.
That works. You guys might need a couple days just to recover, I think.
Yes, very much so.
I feel brand new.
I am still war-torn.
Yeah, we got 12 of us, and then about 20 that we're looking after. Some families trying to get back to their places in the ruined city.
Well, one escort for another. Are the roads fairly dangerous?
Yeah, I think as you've learned, they are. Aye.
Great.
But with so much of us. Sorry.
Oh, I was just forgive me. I was just going to say, if you're okay with waiting a few days, once my friends have had a chance to rest, you'll understand that we've been on the road quite a while, and being back in a somewhat protected environment is a welcome respite for us.
Aye, you just dispatched those giants, of course. You should rest up a little bit. Well then, what say in 3 turns of the dragon we seek to head out? That would be 3 days.
That's
for me. Yeah. It'd be nice to have some time again. Oh, by the by, have you seen a a pair of gnomes with a healing potion around here? Not gnomes, sorry, dwarves.
Oh, the ones that you brought into town?
Yeah, they promised us a healing potion.
They're having breakfast over there.
I assume you guys have a merchant on hand for supplies?
Aye, there's a merchant here in the camp. Absolutely.
Right. Well, I'm gonna finish my breakfast beer and my breakfast. Thank you for the information and letting us join you. It's nice to be friends with you guys. And he's gonna like put his hand out to like shake this commander's hand. Romeo or Romero.
Romero, yeah.
Aye. A pleasure.
His whole hand gets wrapped by my long, gangly fingers. There you go. All right,
And somewhere in our travels, Ben, we have a couple of amethyst stones we found. I believe they were in the treasure chest when we fought the Displacer Beast. I'm not sure if we ever actually. I don't think we ever had time to stop and think of how much they might be worth. But would I be able to kind of try and figure out an approximation of what they might be valuable? I actually am proficient in jeweler's tools now. Not that I have jeweler's tools yet, but I wonder if that might give me some insight into what they might be worth.
Yeah, these appear to be worth about 25 gold each.
Okay.
So
You said
then,
there's two of them?
I'm sorry, what's that, Joel?
You said there's two of them, or how many?
That's right.
Yeah, two. Yeah. I've started like a little. I'll translate it to a party note, but I've started a party fund thing just on my character sheet that I'll move over.
That'd be useful.
Yeah.
Fairly intent on buying some armor,
Nice.
so I am picking up moderately armored as my fourth
Nice.
level feat,
Very nice.
and I want to see.
I'll give you. I have a hand crossbow, Donox. Maybe you can trade this for. It's pretty nice. I found it inside a gelatinous cube.
That might be worth something. It's very
I
clean.
mean, it survived. It survived being in a gelatinous cube, so it might be worth something. Maybe you can trade. Maybe you can trade it for some good armor.
I'll take it. Thank you.
I could look for armor.
At the very least in gold, I should have enough for at least a shield.
Oh, I have a shield. You want one?
That's what you needed, buddy.
No, I don't use a shield. Take it.
Just use a shield, yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
There you go, free shield. As for armor, I got chainmail. I would like something more, but I don't think there is nothing I could afford.
I think you'll have more luck somewhere else.
Yes.
If you're looking for armor, you can find it at Buck's Smithy.
Guess I have a whole smithy here.
Aye, we've been stationed here for quite a
It's
while.
an war post, right?
That's
A
right.
TK post. Yeah.
Brutus, you want to give me a hand?
What, carrying your stuff?
If you wouldn't mind.
All right. Puts his halberd away, and he picks up like half of your stuff that you give him, and he has his shadow carry the other half.
I just want like a big scary guy standing behind me.
Oh, you're gonna have a big scary guy and a big scary guy's shadow right next to you.
Wouldn't want to get cheated, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put in a word for you at Buck's, so that he charges you a fair price.
Nice. That'd be
I
great.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Is there would you know if there's a war mage in the camp? Or any mage? I just assume it would be a war mage being a TK outpost, but
Aye. Yeah, what do you have in mind?
it's just I've got some spells I need to move into my spell book, but there are some components required for doing that such a thing that I don't actually have on me at the moment.
Right. Well, you might check with Blanchfield. She frequents at Bucks.
She's at the smithy as well.
Aye.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's where she frequents. She doesn't have a shop set up or anything, but yeah, Buck's her cousin, so.
I'm sorry. I'm forgive me for misplacing your accent. Is it Bucks or Books?
Bucks.
Thank you.
Yeah, like the deer.
Like the deer. Thank you. I should have. Yes, that's perfect. Bucks. Perfect. Thank you for your time. That was Romero, right?
Yeah.
Romero, yeah, I got you guys put up for the next few days until we leave.
Would it be possible to get separate rooms? Because my large hairy friend over here, and I gesture at Brutus, tends to snore a bit.
He smelled a little bit too.
Oh, I could just sleep outside in like a tree if you want.
That's
okay. I don't mind.
Simon's is pretty booked up, so I kind of pulled all the strings I could to get you to one room.
Well, I appreciate that.
I could I don't know, get one of those nasal band-aids that help alleviate snoring.
Nasal strips? Yeah.
I could get a nasal strip.
I think it might be that moldy bread.
Well, you're a mage. Can't you cast a silent spell on him or something?
There's no magic that can silence that, unfortunately.
Not that bad, guys. Come on.
And with that, I'll thank him for his time and make my way to Buck's Smithy.
Sure, very good. And you're looking for Blanchfield there.
Blanchfield, yeah. And then my friend as well is hoping to procure some armor.
Okay. Well, the group of you then are going to head to Buck's Smithy?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
There are not a lot of permanent buildings here. Simon's Inn is a permanent structure. Buck's Smithy is a little more than a canvas tent outside of a wood cabin. There are racks of armor and weapons outside here. And as you approach, you see a smith working the forge, and then a one who bears a striking resemblance to him. These are two humans. And she sits there smoking. Yeah, she's smoking a small rolled up cigar. She's short in stature, but it does bear an uncanny resemblance to Buck, which is kind of unfortunate because Buck isn't very good looking even for a guy. So.
Buck is a human. They're humans.
Yes, they nod and greet the group of you as you approach. Can I help you? Says Buck.
Oh, I hope so. My name is Kendel, so you can call me Kendel. We're new. We're the ones that helped with your giant problem. My friend here, and I'll point to Nonox, is hoping you might outfit him with some armor. And I was told I might run into someone named Blanche, or you might be able to direct me towards an individual named Blanche.
That's Blanchfield here, my cousin.
Oh, perfect. My apologies.
No problem. Romero said that you guys helped him out, so whatever you need, I'll give to you at a fair price. If you have the coin, then I have the armor and weapons that you need.
You make a lot of weapons here, Buck?
Yeah, I outfit this whole camp. Have been for a few years now. That's what I focus on mainly. Mainly blades and chainmail. Yeah.
And you do all your smithing here, or do you do it elsewhere and bring it to this?
No,
this
right
forge?
here. This is my place right here.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I like the fresh air.
It gets very, very hot in a
Take a
smithy
moment.
store.
Absolutely.
And I was hoping personally to speak to your Blanchfield with regards to some Wizard League components, if she might have anything of that nature to spare. Specifically, components for adding new works to my spellbook.
Oh, well, what she asks what you have in mind.
I think it's just like it's basically sorry, out of character for a second, Ben. I think it's just like nondescript components. It costs 50 gold per spell level to scribe a spell into your spellbook. So I have one first level spell I want to copy into my spellbook, Find Familiar. So I basically would need about 50 gold pieces worth of like inks and components for scribing a spell.
Yeah, I have some extra. 50 gold sounds fine. You guys are able to come by if you need, generic ingredients like that, or components like that, or whatever weapons, armor you wish to purchase, you can do here as well.
Fantastic. I guess in terms of like D&D, I guess I would be looking for something like a chain shirt or a scale mail.
Nice.
Sure, Buck's got you covered.
Perfect.
For market price, if you could look up what that is, and then just make sure you have the right amount, and then you can feel free to purchase that.
Okay.
Excuse me. I was wondering if you had some. Oh, what is it? I was wondering if you had some armor. It was No, not breastplate. What was it? Split mail. That's what it is. I'm wondering if you had some split mail, but you could soften or dampen the sound that it makes, because it goes very clink, clink, clink all the time. I'm a bit of a sneaky fellow, but I recently have downgraded my equipment to some such that doesn't have softened chain links and such. What I'm asking for is split mail without the disadvantage on stealth checks. I'm wondering if you could do it, or how much it would be.
I don't have anything like that. I got your basic split mail though. If you like to purchase that.
All right. I'll see. Might have to. Anyone have some extra money?
I was actually going to say the same thing.
Oh, I see. We're all broke here, huh?
We have two amethysts that are worth 25 gold pieces each, and then we also have 35 gold pieces in our party fund.
I don't think we'll get what we would consider a fair market price on the gems here.
That's fair. And then we also have the sapphire, but if it's quite nice that I have an idea for it that would be more valuable than the 250 gold pieces that it's probably worth.
How do you square for those gems? You said they're 25 gold each?
That's, by my eye, that's about what I think they're probably valued at, yeah.
Buck takes a look. That seems about right.
There you go.
Alright, so that's 85 gold. That's just been freed up, including party fund. I only need 40 gold, and I can get my my split mail. If you guys don't mind, I'll take that out of the fund. Get my AC bumped up by 1 at the very least.
Did Joel manage to get a suit?
So, I've got about 17 gold.
Okay, how much? And you want?
I think ideally scale mail.
Well, what about that? They still have that hand crossbow. I think it was a pretty nice hand crossbow. I wonder if that might be useful in a trade.
I got plenty of hand crossbows.
Oh, but this one was inside a gelatinous cube. And
Probably
if you know,
compromised then.
Well, it's not. That's the thing.
Look, I'll give you half value on that. I can't move these very easily.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll take it.
How about my old chainmail? I take it off.
Five gold for it.
Oh, that for chainmail? I guess you do have a ton of chainmail. I'll keep it. Maybe I could like smother somebody in it or something.
Most of my guys aren't as big like you, so wouldn't have much use for it.
This is a pretty. It's like a blanket at this point. All right.
Well, you guys still lacking in funds for No Nox's.
The hand crossbow, half of the value of a hand crossbow is still like 36 gold pieces.
Really?
Yeah, they're. This says I just googled it. D&D Beyond says they're 75 gold pieces.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah.
In that case, I can. If you're looking for like scale mail, you can get that for sure. It's only 50 gold.
There you go.
Wait, you said the light crossbow or the hand crossbow?
Hand crossbow.
I'm trying to look it up. Sorry.
Double check my work. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 75 gold pieces. So it's like still 37 gold.
Now look, I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff off of you guys, but Romero said that you guys really did us a square, so I'll do the hand crossbow, but I make all my own stuff. I don't really need more of what you have.
That'll put me well into the green. So
that works?
Yeah, that'll work.
Cool. And you took the amethyst as well, Bodhi?
Yes. I assume we're selling the amethyst here and just liquidating it into gold.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna take, I think pretty much just the 40 gold out of the 50 from the amethyst, and with the rest of my money to buy split mail, or split plate or whatever it's called, and bumping my AC up.
Cool.
And I believe I think we're square here. Add 10 more to the party fund.
Well, hey, it's been a pleasure doing business with you all. Don't hesitate to come back. I make some of the best gear out here, so.
You got a guy who... Sorry, Kendel, you go first.
I was just gonna say, if somebody wanted to requench like like their weapon, would you be willing to let or allow us, if we want to do that, say, would you be willing to let us use some of your tools to carry that out?
Yeah, I'm pretty busy here all day, but you could come by at night and do your work if you want. Romero's friends are my friends.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and obviously, I mean, any materials. I don't know if you have oil for quenching and that sort of thing, but obviously, I would reimburse you for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Leave me coin for whatever you use, okay?
Yeah, sure. No more bartering.
Don't wake me though after I'm done with work, please. Just you can help yourself.
Okay.
Ben, what is this place called again?
Buck's Smithy.
Buck's Smithy.
Perfect.
And for the spell component stuff, Ben, I was just gonna lock it like on my sheet. I'll just mark it off as like one X number of spell levels worth of material. Does that work?
That works. Yes.
So I got like one spell level worth of material. Like I
Okay.
can describe spells. Cool.
Very cool.
For my particular specialty of wizardry, it actually like, takes me 2 minutes to describe a spell into my spell book. So it's something I'll be able to achieve fairly easily on the road. So I want to kind of over time have material on hand. So if I need to while we're traveling, do that.
Very good.
I asked Buck if he knows anyone in the area that sells healing potions, if he sells them or if someone else does.
Yeah, Simon sells them at the inn.
Simon sells
That's
them
your
at the inn.
general store too.
All right, got you. I'll go ahead and I'll check that out because we are getting a little low.
All right. Well, I got some work to do, so nice meeting y'all. Carry on. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, man.
That's a good friend to have, guys.
Pretty nice. I mean, most people are pretty nice compared to my old job.
Well, and in all fairness, if you kill some giants for real, they're going to probably be nicer than if you don't kill giants for them.
Oh yeah, we did do that, huh?
But take it where you get it.
Oh, I'm gonna go buy some healing potions. You guys can come with if you want.
I'll come along.
Yeah.
I could have sworn, Ben, that we had somewhere that listed the prices for potions. I thought you had them written down somewhere.
I think their market price, a healing potion, I believe, is 50 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah. How much money do we have? We have like
we have
47, I think. 45?
And try to keep track in your group, in the party notes, okay, guys?
Yep.
Use
Yeah,
that
I
for
got
your
it in there.
reference. Thanks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No problem.
We don't have any
Yeah, we have
money.
45 gold.
Were you able to get the splint bow at least?
Yeah.
Alright.
So I got some better armor, and maybe I can hook this chainmail on somebody else and maybe get a good price for it.
Well, I do feel a lot safer on this.
You look much scarier now there, No Nox.
Yeah, maybe you could withstand all those hits you've been taking for us.
What's the story on the shield, by the way? What does it look like?
The shield is... So Brutus comes from a hobgoblin war camp, essentially. That's where he's worked, and that's where he got his shield that was issued to him. And you could tell that this thing has been simultaneously been worn and not used at all. Like, this thing has been through the ringer, and it hasn't seen, like, battle once. You don't know quite how it's possible that it's gotten this bad without having been brought out and like actually taken blows for him. But it just looks horrible. It's like it's dinged up everywhere. There's scratches on the metal parts, you know.
That's just from being carried around?
Who knows?
Almost like it's made of scrap metal.
I was gonna ask.
Looks like it was kind of stolen from somebody at one point, and then it's like it doesn't quite fit with everything else that he's got.
I'm imagining it's really made from like a piece of like a wooden door or something like that.
A door that was ripped off by the hand, like the doorknob.
It's got like a handprint made of blood where they tried to stop you.
I mean, logic tells me it's better than the shield that you had, No Nox.
I had no shields before, so anything's an improvement.
Yeah, Brutus just scratches his head as he gives it to you. He's like, I kind of forgot I had that, to be honest. I don't know. You take it, though. Less for me to carry.
Nice, guys. Yeah, what was the name of the general store, Ben?
Simon's.
Simon, sorry. Oh, that's the same as the inn?
Yes. Same place.
Gotcha.
Get our free healing potion since we can't afford one together.
And maybe we should let No Nox do the talking here.
We got a couple gold pieces to rub together.
Maybe we can grift off some people.
You know what? I've got a song That just might get us a discount if we play our cards right.
Play all your cards, my friend.
I guess we'll go try to bargain for a potion if we can.
Discount.
How many gold pieces do we have? 45?
45.
45. Yeah.
All right, I think we got something here. I'll take that, and I'll add to the party fund the little I have left, which is 4 gold pieces. So we're only short 1.
Good panhandle for that last one.
That's exactly my plan.
We hope we saved you from the giant's spare gold.
So I got one more ability, Ben, that I haven't used yet. That I would like to make use of.
All right, what's that?
So, it's a bard ability that I just picked up recently, called. Sorry, I haven't used it yet. Enthralling Performance.
Okay.
So, by performing for 1 minute, you can attempt to inspire wonder in an audience, reciting a poem, dancing, or singing. At the end of the performance, choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of you, watch and listen to all of it, up to and equal to your charisma modifier. And they have to make a saving throw, or they're charmed by me.
Okay. And so you return to Simon's Inn to perform this?
Of course.
Okay. As you do enter, one of the dwarves that you had rescued does deliver the potion that they owe you as well.
Nice.
Wonderful.
So, what do you perform, No Nox? There's a small corner that's been turned into a stage. There is a piano there, and it's a very small, slightly elevated stage.
It's called the Toss a Coin to Your Minstrel. Yep. It's an original. It's an original song.
And so I need to make a save for the audience, essentially. That's right.
So I'm targeting the wealthiest patrons. Those with a little extra coin.
Okay, make an insight check for me, please.
This would be at disadvantage.
Oh shoot! Still exhausted.
Of course.
Right.
Okay. So perception, you said?
Insight, please.
Insight. Okay. That's gonna be an 8.
The table nearest you, they're finely dressed and several beers deep, so they probably would make good targets.
I have up to 4 targets, so I don't know how many people would be sitting in there.
5.
I know the table I want to target then. I'll make my way towards them as I continue my song. And I would like them to make a saving throw, DC 14 Wisdom save.
And now, is it one save per person? Does it explain in the...
Yes. So it's 1 save per
Each
person.
target, yeah.
Gotcha.
If they fail, they're charmed by me. If they succeed, they aren't aware.
Oh, cool. So it's not like they're other charms where they're kind of bothered that you tried to charm them.
Exactly.
What's your DC on this?
This is going to be a DC 14.
Okay. One of them is just nudging the others very happily and, pointing at you, kind of hushing them as they talk amongst each other. They seem a little bit, not irritated, but they just sit quietly watching. One of them, however, seems quite enthralled. Oh, Joel, you muted yourself.
I'll come and sit down next to him and cheer.
Hey, let me get you a drink. That was magnificent.
And I'll repeat the phrase of the song. Toss a coin to you.
Oh, right. Well, how about a gold piece?
That'll do. Very well, thank you.
Right. How about another song?
Of course, for you, my friend. Anything. And I'll start up again.
Okay.
And as I make my way around the room, I hand the full 50 back to Kendel.
Okay. Will you make a performance check for your second performance?
Ooh, disadvantage.
What did you hand to me? Sorry.
The money for the potion.
Cool.
You now have the full 50.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a 20 total.
I told you he's great, and the rest of the table is just kind of starting to appreciate the music. And as you play both of these songs, you feel the essence, the knowledge of these pieces leaving you as they enter your instrument, your viol.
Ugh. I feel like something was stolen from me. Again.
Hey. And the guy calls you close. He has stank breath from drinking too much and probably not brushing in a while. That was great. And he hands you a small satchel of coins. There's 7 silver pieces in it.
Oh my, I'll take that gladly.
I hope you play some more tonight. He breathes heavily on you.
I'll sing another song in your name, my friend. Another time.
I look forward to it. Okay.
And I'll join my friends.
Simon can sell you a potion if that's what you're trying to purchase. She's just a person in a plain tank top and baggy pants. The tank top is quite greasy.
All right, who's getting this potion?
I think each of you should probably hold on to one each.
I don't have any. I don't know how No Nox is.
So Brutus takes one and No Nox takes the other. That sounds fine.
I think that's good. Yeah.
I think Kendel should hold on to it.
Are you sure?
I have other ways of bringing people up.
All
right. Plus, you can kind of bring someone close to you when they're down and help them out. All right. We got 2 more days of this.
So, within the camp, there are posts. There's a billboard with posts of missing people, and the bounties, if you would, for returning them. And then there's also the option of performing guard duty. Players with the strength of 11 or more who have weapons can earn 2 silver piece credit for performing guard duty for 4 hours. And other than that, there's not a lot that goes on over the next few days.
You and I talked kind of outside this week about my possibly being able to perform a lower level weapon enchantment, Ben. But we didn't talk about if I actually know the recipe that we talked about. I wonder if maybe I might need to take some time to research or read about, see if I can find any instructions about that, and maybe I can then perform that before we hit the road.
Make an intelligence check for me, please. And Because you do have some resources with you, you can do so with advantage.
Okay, so straight intelligence advantage?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome, thank you. Let's see if this does it.
Is this something that I could inspire with, or would it be more long-term process?
Probably a long-term thing, but I
think it would just revolve around his kind of innate knowledge of this, like whether it was kind of a one-time thing if he recollects or not.
Okay.
I rolled one twice.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Dirty 21s. Yeah, obviously.
You do recall that you've seen formulas, recipes for different magic items, and it's a thing that you have studied. And you recall the basic recipe, you think verbatim.
Nice. Okay. And just and we talked about it briefly, but just if you don't mind, I could reread back what you and I had talked about. That's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just bring it up. I made a Word doc that I'm starting to keep track of things on. So this would be to enchant a weapon, basically making a regular weapon a +1 weapon.
That's right.
So I would need to find a forge that had been used to craft at least 50 regular weapons.
It seems you found that at Buck's Smithy.
Yeah. The blood or ichor of a CR5 monster, which I grabbed from one of the fell giants.
Very good.
And then a gemstone worth 250 gold pieces, which Deathida so graciously bestowed upon us.
Yes.
And then finally, a weapon that had slain a CR3 monster.
Yeah, or more powerful. Yeah, exactly.
Or more powerful. And I believe Brutus's halberd has done that.
Very good.
So what I was thinking was what I might need to do, because I know my friends are going to be resting a lot more than I will be over the next few days. If I can borrow Brutus's halberd while he's resting, I might go fire up the forge, heat it up to heat up the metal, and while it's heating up, I'll prepare a quench in the oil, but in the oil I'll mix in the giant's blood, and then I'll grind up this gemstone and mix it in with the quench.
Right, you would probably need to ask Brutus, right?
If I can do that, you mean?
Yeah.
Brutus just
borrow his weapon.
Okay. I was hoping to do a surprise, but that's okay. Yeah, I can
just sitting there with his halberd, and Kendel just runs and steals it from me. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you did want to
show you what we're doing, yeah.
If you did want to try to sneak off with it while he's sleeping, it's up to you, as you choose, Kendel.
Who's taking my blade?
I want to do that first. I'm gonna try that.
Okay. Let's make a stealth check against Brutus's passive perception as he sleeps.
That's an 11, so very likely you get past me.
Okay, not an advantage here.
You're starting with a base of 8 instead of 10, right?
With a base of 8, it's even worse. That's like a 9.
Right. Okay. Yes. So if you can beat a 9 with your stealth check, ooh.
Oh wait. Okay.
Roll? Yes. Hey, winning's winning, guys.
So my passive perception works with proficiency, correct? That's how that's factored in. So 8 plus your perception bonus, I assume.
Right.
Oh, so it is 11.
Oh, okay.
Oh shoot.
So I'm just taking a nap in like the yard while people are like moving to and fro. I'm just sitting there with my halberd, just like sleeping with it. Kendel, what are you doing?
I've got a surprise, dude. Just chill. Just get your rest. You'll be fine. You can thank me later.
All right. You know what? I'll trade you because there's something I want from you.
Oh. I'm a bit worried.
I want you to give me and he summons his shadow. It takes the appearance of friend, as much as a shadow can look like friend. So I want a book that makes sense, and I point to the shadow.
You want me to explain how your shadow works?
You could, or you give me a book and I try to read about it. I want to know what was going on.
Sure. Yeah. Well, while I borrow your axe, here I'll give you a book, and I reach into my bag, and I pull out. Where is it? Here, just a second. Sifting through. No, not that one. No. Yeah, here it is. This is the one. It is the arcane act of spell weaving and its profane works in the history of our great world. And I hand it off to you. It's thick.
Brutus reads the title and his eyes start going like 1 to 6. Goes to the other side. All right, here we go. Opens the page.
And I proceed to drag, because I probably can't really lift it very well, so I'm just dragging Brutus's halberd.
Right. Okay. Very good.
Two people with things they're uncomfortable with.
Bucksmithy in the evening.
In the evening, yeah.
Sure. There are the necessary tools and resources that you need there.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll get the fire stoked so I can get his halberd in there to get it nice and red hot. While it's heating up, I'll pull out that really nice gemstone that Deathada gave us and grind it into like a nice blue dust. I'll mix it with the giant's blood, and then add it to the oil quench that's there for
cooling him down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, what I'm doing is like heating up the metal, and then I'm gonna like cool it really fast, which will actually harden it. But in the hardening process, kind of imbue it with the essence of this gem and the giant, along with the fact that it's been, it's been battle tested weapon, and with any luck. Shout out to Forge and Fire for teaching me how to quench blades.
Very cool.
I don't know if you guys ever watched that. So we'll talk about that later.
No, I haven't.
Is this something you would ask for help for, or is it something you would do yourself?
This is something I read about and I would do.
Okay.
Over the course of the evening, you're able to imbue Brutus's weapon with powerful magic, and it becomes a +1 weapon.
Yeah, thank you. And in doing so, I'm gonna cross off. I no longer have a 250 gold piece valued sapphire or giant's blood. But that's
very
fun. And something that we had talked about, just this is an aside, sort of out of character, is that so that we're not abusing the crafting system. This particular ritual is one that I wouldn't be able to carry out again if I tried. It wouldn't work, or the powers that be the magic wouldn't take, or whatever, what have you.
And so you return the weapon to Brutus?
Yes, I'll put it back so we can cuddle it to bed. Continue. After it's cooled down and everything, though, of course, right? Yeah.
And Brutus, you feel the energy within this weapon as its power has grown.
Whoa, nice. Can I roll a straight intelligence check to see how far through this book I've gotten?
Sure.
All right, time to crack the books. Opens one page. He's been hitting the books.
Yeah, wow. You found the right section, the right chapter that explains your new ability.
Brutus is further than he thought he would be.
I'm actually impressed myself.
He's doing the classic like thinker's pose as he's like got the book in one hand and he's sitting there on a bench on like a wooden barrel. Because it's the only thing that's like sitting height for him because his legs are too long, and he's like, interesting.
He's got glasses now.
Yeah, he stole a pair of spectacles that has one lens popped out. He has them on his nose. He's like, yes, this book is interesting.
And it details the ritual that Friend explain to you that you performed with the Tale of the Displacer Beast, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the genesis of this power.
And he looks to his friend-shaped shadow. He's like, "Here, you hold this. You read for a bit." And he takes the weapon. And he's like, "Ooh." He looks it down. He's like, "It hasn't been this shiny in a bit."
I thought that it would just fall through the shadow and clang on the ground. No.
That's right too.
Very good. Very good.
I'm gonna crash. I'll probably crash. Sleep that night.
Sure. And so there are a couple more days that will pass. Do you guys have anything else, any other business you wish to tend to, or just kind of resting up?
Brutus will just keep reading that book.
Yeah, nice. I'll probably just walk the grounds a little bit. I'm a little bit insulted that I don't qualify for their watch, but probably just walk around and do my own watch.
Okay.
And then maybe on the last day before we leave, I might try and have a short meeting with our companions, and I'm kind of assuming that I include Elias in this, although he's not here to partake in it firsthand.
Okay, and No Nox, did you have anything in mind?
I think I'm like trying to cope. I think at this point with the 2 songs that I've lost, I'm like trying to understand why, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking more time to play around with the instrument. And,
Brutus comes over with his book. He's like, "This knowledge has answers. You should read."
And he, Ben, no matter how hard he tries, because we've heard him sing these songs, he can't basically repeat them. Is that correct? Like, it just doesn't come to him at all.
Yeah, there might be bits and fragments he remembers, but it would be like a song that you knew years ago, but you can't recall all of the words or all of the parts.
Can't get it in the proper tune and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't remember the lyric clear enough to Google it. So, other songs come up, but not the one you want. You're like, no, that's not it.
Okay. So then we will have the time pass, and Ramiro has requested. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's on the last day. I was just there's something I wanted to talk to the group about.
I'm sorry, you just said that.
No, that's okay. So in our we all have our room, right? How big is it? Like, is it like 20-foot room, or it may be big enough, I guess, for the 4 of us to at least sleep?
Yeah, it's about 10 by 10.
Okay. Maybe it's like in the evening of the night before we're gonna set off. Okay. We're all just kind of settling down. I'm just gonna gather the 4 of us into our room, and we're kind of just all together, standing in the center. And then I produce use like my minor illusion, and just maybe a few feet above our heads, I'm gonna produce just like an ambient. Maybe a riff that I've heard No Nox play on his viol. Not one of the songs he's forgotten, but just a song I've heard him play. I'll just kind of put it on a loop under a minor illusion. And then I'm going to cast a fog cloud and drop it right on all of us, so that we're next to each other, so that we can see each other. But outside of that, it's really hard to see what's in our room. And then I pull out 3 pieces of parchment, my magic quill, and I begin to write a letter, and then quickly basically transcribe the same letter 2 more times, one for each of the 3 of you, and then hand it to you all. And I do all this without saying a word to any of you. And I'll read the letter to you. I'll put this in your handouts later. But essentially, this is what you read. My friends, we've just defeated some giants, so I feel I can call you my friends at this point. I'm writing this instead of speaking because I believe we are still being watched, and it would be bad for this discussion to be heard. So by writing it, we can keep it to ourselves. We've agreed to return this magic stone from the upside down mountain to the Fey Queen. I have to say, I do not agree with how she treats the halflings. And I'm sure we can agree her intentions are not what we would consider to be good. We've agreed to serve her in this, and I really need that book back. We need to find a way around this, though. I've given it a lot of thought, and I'll continue to ponder on it. This goes against everything that I've been taught. My mom always said to me, you give your word, you keep it, because integrity is your only true currency. So I don't give my word very often, and when I do, I intend to keep it. But in this case, I feel that I have to go against this teaching because it's the right thing to do. So although I would be breaking my word, I feel I'm doing the right thing. I'm not quite sure what we should do with this stone when we get it, as I don't entirely trust this definite person either. After all, she's the one that started all this. I've wondered if taking the stone to the library would be a consolation prize. I just thought that since we're together in this, I owe it to you, to the three of you, to be honest and transparent. So I'm telling you my thoughts and my struggles in this task we've taken. I feel that we should all only discuss this matter under this present condition, and I kind of just gesture I can arrange this whenever we need to, but I will continue to fight and keep you alive as long as I can, Kendel. And then I'll drop the fog cloud and the illusion.
Brutus is still reading.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of cursive.
He's always done. It's all right.
And after a few seconds, I kind of wave my quill over the parchment, and what's written disappears.
Fancy. Oh man! All right. Well, this is interesting. Interesting.
Brutus, same way.
Pardon?
I will. I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna take the blank piece of the now blank piece of paper that he wrote on his quill with,
Sure.
And he's just going to take a quill and find a desk to write on, and is going to start writing out some.
I see. I know what you're doing in this, Brutus, and I'll hand you my quill. Hand you my magic quill.
Right. Won't improve my handwriting though, and it's going to be like some kind of like not barely legible, but kind of legible chicken scratch as he writes. And after he's done writing, he hands it over to Kendel because Nonox already knows this bit, and it's just a note that reads. I specifically stated in my contract with the Fey Queen that I were to escort you all and not deliver the stone. So, as far as obligations go, I am done after we get to the city. However, I am also under obligation, albeit not as magically enforced as yours are, to bring a stone back for a prior benefact scratch friend of mine.
That's great.
That has been very kind to me in the past. This friend of mine is in a position of power, and I believe he will use it for his gain in a war campaign that I would benefit from, but maybe not others in a period. So we are at a crossroads, quite literally. Period. Signed B.
After I finish reading that, I'll just wave the quill across the page and everything disappears.
I guess I would write. I did not sign anything, and as far as I know, I am under no obligation. But I will say, I do like pretty stones.
And I'll
Well-
do the same and erase what's written.
Brutus has his hands on his hips. So
And then with that, Kendel just takes the a parchment with his quill. He draws out like the picture of an eye, and then an arrow pointing like to the sky, like pointing up, and just show it to you. And then I wave my quill across the parchment, and it disappears.
what? Brutus looks at the ceiling. What? He like looks under his eyelid. He like tries to look under his eyelid. I don't get it. It's what it is, like it's a smart person thing. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. And with that, and then I start getting my bedroll out and start getting myself organized for to sleep.
Kendall, you're not gonna come to bed with the rest of us?
I'm not gonna cuddle.
Kendall, come to bed.
I am neither the little spoon nor the big spoon. No.
I'm the big spoon.
Hey Ben, quick question.
Yes.
Have I heard any stories or songs about going back on your word on a deal with a fae and any consequences that might come along?
Yes, there's a song called "Did You Ever Have to Make Up Your Mind?" Pick up on one and leave the other behind. Did you ever have to make up your mind?
I like it. This is fun, guys. I like speaking in code. Hopefully, it's not annoying for the listeners, but man, if you think people are watching, you got to be careful.
Look, I played a very paranoid cleric for a whole campaign, so I am reasonably on board with this. Well, let's go to bed. We go march in the morning.
What's the worst that can happen?
Don't say that. Don't. No, Nox, you're a storyteller. You know what happens when you say that. All right, well,
Okay.
come to bed, No Nox.
And so the night passes. What if we actually pause right there? Actually, before the night, as this conversation is continuing, and then that way, when Chris returns, perhaps Elias has something to add to the conversation.
Sure.
And when he comes back, we'll say that we're all cuddling in one bed together, and he's the little spoon.
So a little bit shorter of a session tonight. But yeah, I think that because I do think that Elias will have some essential input into this, because he is the one who maybe had the the most skin in the game, so to speak, as far as returning this stone to the queen. So I am interested in seeing what Elias thinks of this. So yeah, let's pause the game there for this evening, and we'll continue again on Monday the 8th will be our next game. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Thanks to my players, and until next time, the adventure continues.
Nice, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut it short. It's great. Thanks for listening, though.
No, it's fine. It was a shopping episode,
It's good.
It was. That's what happened.
Long and the short of it is, I still think we're being scryed on. That's kind of what I'm trying to get across, right?
I am. Anytime I meet an otherworldly deity in D&D, or I have like some creature that seems way powerful, always under the